Get her 2 ales on me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The croaky bartender comes back and sets 2 mugs.
Yeah.
It's D&D. Far away from, apparently. And switch our map.
Whoa.
Say hello to the Forgotten Realms.
Well, some of it at least.
Oh,
it is. It's all of it.
It's the whole effing thing.
Well, it's this whole part of the continent, yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole part of the continent, yeah.
And the boots of teleportation. So you can be your own delivery service.
There you go.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. Unless Naveen, you want it. Sorry.
No, it can go to Delabur. That's okay.
This divvying up is not how I expected it to go.
I don't know. Like,
I am sorry, I am trying to be helping, but
what happened to Trinia?
She just disappeared.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Welcome back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big chalky hug.
This is not the time!
Looks like it almost bears like an Osiriani style to it. There's a veil over her face. She wears a shawl that is kind of embossed with different jewels at the end of it. She wears long, beautiful, flowing robes of the finest silk. Very elegantly dressed.
Blink dogs are like, we don't want to kill the doggos. Like they're doggos. They're so adorable. And I'm like, all right, so we're gonna call it the ethically sourced blink dog cloak. And so basically they were blink dogs that when they died of old age, they donated their bodies to the magic item industry such that their skins could then be turned into a blink dog cloak, which would give the barbarian Misty Step 3 times a day.
As someone who's had to like brush a husky, I feel like you could definitely make a whole cloak just out of like the fur,
yeah.
that they shed.
Yes.
Oh, is it a blink dog?
There we go. Look, he just appeared out of nowhere.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
It's like
I heard someone say dog. Oh.
All right, Majenko flies over. Labrisa, I've got you!
can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
Oh.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tyndalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
First of all, we have the Father of Forgotten Realms. He's written source material for multiple RPG systems, and most recently has been working with the Fate of the Norns Athcliath Living City. Please welcome Ed Greenwood to the Game Master's Workshop. Hi, Ed.
Hi.
Next we have Chris Jackson. He is known for his many series of pirate and sailing novels, including his most recent book in the five-fold universe, Pacifica. He has written multiple RPG tie-in novels, as well as contributed for books such as Paizo's Ships of the Inner Seas. Welcome, Chris Jackson, to the show.
Ooh.
And also author, writer, game designer. He has multiple RPG tie-ins as well, and has had a major hand in multiple 4th edition books, and can currently be seen on Twitch's Dungeon Scrawlers channel, where he and the entire cast is comprised of authors and writers. Welcome, Eric Scott DeBee.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys.
Tell me you at least washed your hands before you picked that up, right?
What?
Well,
Why? What? No,
No,
it's what she gave it to me at the end for paying that extra fee that she has.
wait, she? And I kind of look back into the.
Yeah, and you look over and you see that there's like 4 outhouses next to each other.
Nick, you were getting some outhouse
Outhouse loving?
strange, were you?
I mean,
No,
I guess
there wasn't.
cheese man.
Cheese
No,
man. Yeah.
there wasn't, guys.
Cheese.
There was a tent here. There was a fortune teller tent right here.
Nope, pretty much
Make
looks like
everybody can make perception checks.
It's a poop knife. Thank you, Lyric.
I'm like the Oprah of action economies.
Doesn't look
He
like
only
it on our
has 2.
side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that.
Day troll in the twilight, quest begins at night. City trapped in chaos, crimson thrones lost light. Whispered spells and shadows, rune lord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Corvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the rune lord's wave. In the dark we stand, Corvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrant's throne is trembling, echoes of the past. Runes of wrath are crumbling, victory at last. Echo chants of glory, legends carved in stone. Claimers of the story, city now our own. Whispered spells and shadows, rune lord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Corvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the rune lord's way. In the dark we stand, Corvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrant's throne is trembling, echoes of the past. Runes of wrath are crumbling, at last. Echo chants of glory, legends carved in stone, claimers of the story, city now our own.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on in to the next installment of the Claimers Conquest. That is the new theme of the Claimers Conquest. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Welcome on in. Initial thoughts?
I heard this one when you showed it to me before, but I really like it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
a
it's
great
very
theme
cool.
song.
Awesome. I enjoy it. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hello, Classic Sam. Lyric Lost. Rolana Halo is first officially. Welcome on in. Happy. Everybody, thank you for being here. Steven. Did somebody scream Steven's name? I heard somebody scream Steven's name. Steven's not here.
Nick, I think you're Seffi and Arabella.
Oh, I gotta receive right. Well, because we had it on the other thinger.
Yeah.
Boom, because we were expecting an added person. We are short one, and so I had to switch screens, and then I had to rearrange people's faces on said screens. But we are here for the next installment of the Claimers Conquest, which I think is kind of like we need a montage. So we're kind of doing a handful of different things on here. So welcome on in, everybody. Just kind of roll with the punches here. Our extra player may pop in, may not, and we're not really sure what's going to happen. So just enjoy the time. And I know some stuff was planned for that character, and if we have to end early, then we'll end early. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So stick around, enjoy the story, hang out with us, have fun, enjoy your time. And I appreciate you guys all for being here and joining us for this next installment. Andrew, I will let you take it.
Thanks, Maeve, for resub.
And thank you, Maeve, for the... Did I miss? Oh, because it didn't give me the alert. It didn't give me the alert, Maeve! Maeve and Monkey Swag both with the resubs. Look at that. 5-month streak, Maeve.
The alert thing is my fault, because my thing. But whatever.
Well, I didn't hear it either, because we were on the other scene when it came through. So thank you so much, Maeve, for that. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Andrew, feel free to take it away whenever you are ready.
So we are currently in a 3-day, something of a 3-day time skip. The last few games we ran in this, we played, were a snapshot views of multiple days leading up to this event, this exhibition, this art exhibition that the players in the previous campaign donated much of the artifacts that will be displayed in this new wing opening up in the museum of the Jaguar Museum of Corvosa. The museum exhibit is called the Gallery of Tyranny, Hazavon's Legacy, and these items were all taken from his abode and are on display, and there is going to be a posh event. Much of the nobility will be there, and we have been building towards this. However, in the meantime, many of the different characters have been scrambling to try to get Varizia ready for what is to come, which is the assault of a rune lord that they are ill prepared to face. This rune lord's forward army attacked the orcish city, the orcish frontier city of Erglin, and decimated it. 100 giants raining boulders, a dragon the size of a house bolting lightning through as he flew through supersonic speeds throughout the city. Mages raining fire down on the city. It was a disaster that Arabella was just able to escape, and the party learned that Magnamar and most of the other Verizian cities have been forewarned of this, but the queen, in her infinite wisdom and capriciousness and short-sightedness, sort of shot the messengers and shooed them away under threat of death. that she wasn't interested in dealing with a rune lord, and she had her own problems, and Corvosa had its own problems, and really she didn't plan on Corvosa being there by the time he got here. Or her. Over these past 3 days, Dalibor, Arabella, Sephi, Miles, and Naveen have reconnected after a miracle that occurred, which has brought back a large clutch of hippogriff hatchlings to the city, of which they are already planning on how they're going to use. Naveen got some time to catch up with her family, and learned about terroristic threats that were levied against the Bank of Abadar by a likely goblin known only as the Sploder. Dalibor met with Tuttle and learned a little bit about what the liquid finances the city had, and worked with Tuttle to form a financial plan to fund the war. And very difficult strategy for someone as closed off as Tuttle. Arabella spent time learning about the pool. She edges closer and closer to unlocking its secrets, and now she has uncovered a ritual that must be undertaken that will attune her to the pool. It's her Manhattan project, yeah, Arabella Diver. And then lastly, we had a scene where Dalibor and Naveen discussed policy with the city. They discussed the rapidly approaching financial crisis, the expense of funding a medium-sized army, way of proposals on taxes to tax adventurers, the sale of noble titles, the ideas of guilds being implemented in Old Corvosa, and the restructuring of property fees for businesses and homes to allow a boost in the Corvosan economy. Dalibor and Naveen both very linked into the policy making of the new monarchy. And now where we pick up things is with Sephi. Sephi, you have an invitation to an establishment called the Crested Falcon. And everybody breathes a sigh of relief. Welcome, Miles. You saw my frantic and stalkerish messaging and calls. Sephi, do you have something of a date with the Seneschal of Corvosa? You're not really sure what it is. It's dinner at one of the most expensive restaurants in the city.
Does Sephi know that it's one of the most expensive restaurants in the city, or does she just know the name?
Local.
Yeah.
You have local?
Nope.
You don't know. You know that it's an expensive restaurant.
Okay, well, it's probably a thank you.
Do you go or do you stand alone? I mean, you don't have to go. We can move to the next scene.
No, Sephi will go.
Okay. How do you get there?
Wow, okay. I guess she would Are we staying at the Golden Key or at the hotel?
I don't know. Dalibor, what do you think Sephi and yourself would have done? The Golden Key is kind of your place.
He offered them a place to stay. He explained that they were, it was cozy and a little crowded, but there are open bunks from some of our other friends and allies that they are more than welcome to stay in those open bunks. So he did open that up because funny enough, there are at least 4 people that are no longer sleeping here. So the upstairs has open room if they need a place to stay. But if they are shy, then,
Yeah, so Miles and Sephi, that's up to you. And I know that's a moot point because Miles has been overnighting most of the time in the tunnel beneath that city. But
Yeah, sure. Steffi would stay at the Golden Key.
okay.
And then keep all Miles stuff
the
there.
Golden Key is comfortable. There are beds. You have a room upstairs. It's not like the plush setting of tennis or wherever, but
it's free.
You're not even accustomed to that sort of thing.
No. So yeah, if Miles is there, she would ask Miles. If otherwise, either Dalibor or Dalibor, whichever.
You can say either one is there.
Well, probably Dalibor then, because he actually knows the city. And just to get directions. See how far this place is. So she'll go down to the shop floor.
Nick, do you need to recap before, or do you want to do that on break?
I can do that whenever you tell me you want that video to play.
Let's do it between scene. I think
like I have it queued up, I can just play it right now even. So it's super easy for me.
Let's do it then.
Let's do it right now. Okay.
Do it now. Yeah.
Before we continue, if you guys, anybody that is a viewer that is watching the stream has watched the Stolen Souls, a lot of that has bled over into this game, including a cameo by Dalibor. Everybody who is in that game, Andrew, Rachel, Holly, are all in that game. Miles, for you, this might be of useful information. So if you want to unmute the stream so you can hear the information that is given there, I'm not sharing audio today. So I'll give a second for a stream delay for you, and then I'm going to hit play on this, a recap video. So everybody enjoy this recap, and then also remind the rest of us, because it happened a little while ago, because we've been away. Previously on Stolen Souls. Will you guys be staying around for much longer? In the long term? The city might be in need of your aid.
Oh, about the other thing.
I think we're hoping to leave before that.
Yeah, before the
Wait,
invasion.
what other thing? What are you talking about?
Well, Eno should probably be able to tell you more because he actually heard his voice. About the Rune Lord.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Dalibor's entire demeanor changes, thinking that other people don't know things.
Rune Lord Karsuk.
Yeah.
Yes.
He spoke to.
What did you hear? Dalibor sits down.
He knows about an item he is looking for that is here. He said he would be visiting this place soon.
Yes. Well, this place isn't going to let him just walk in.
Is that item that I received important or not really?
You know that the Rune Lord gave these medallions to basically his lieutenants as badges of kind of his direct conduit of power.
I will take, I think it was wrapped up, right?
Yep.
I will take it out and set it on the alchemy desk. Just kind of unfurl the 7-pointed star necklace.
Dalbor will recover it back up because he's not done. Not that he really will do much. Where did you get this item?
In our quest to rid Bridgefront of Shiver.
Is this in an underground location? And would you be willing to divulge, give me where it was found, the exact location? I know someone who might be interested in taking a look in the area.
Enosh looks at everybody else.
Can do sense motive to see if this is a trustworthy guy with this information.
Yeah.
You would feel so. I mean, he did basically save you all from spending 15,000 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The item was found on Merciless Way South, Bridgefront. There's an old manor there. It has
I was just gonna go there.
some
and just
sort
fucking
of
clean the whole place up.
containment unit below it that was housing this item, preventing it from being looked upon.
And an old temple to Desna.
And there's a cult there.
And a lot of spider silk that's used to make shiver.
Shoot, I forgot to bring them food.
It's been a single day.
Yeah. Maybe Dalbor has connections. If I give you some gold, you could just send somebody the address just with some food, right?
I'm sure somebody's going to be going there anyhow.
There's a couple of people who are going to die in a few days if they're not cured because they've got these like bug things in them that are going to like mature and burst out of their bodies.
There's also still an active haunt there.
Yeah, in a room.
Dalabor's writing all this down so that he can.
Here, I'll give you some gold for the food. I'm sure they'd be happy with whatever.
Dalbor nods.
So, yeah.
I would say I would ask you if you would mind. Are you taking that with you?
It's a liability, honestly.
It is.
So, if you'd like to take it, it just motions to it.
I think it needs to be put in a place where it can't be watched from. Just
don't touch it physically.
No. No. I already. He looks at all of you and like realizes that you guys aren't super stupid. We already know he is coming. He's already been watching many of us. Those of us who can stand up to him. I say nothing more, for he may be watching now. With that here, he certainly can be.
Glad to hear you've got it covered.
We don't. That is the reason I was seeing if you would like to stay and help
Let's
us.
go save. Let's go save Madam Carrington and then answer that.
Yeah.
It is your decision. But the more hands we have, the safer the citizens of all of Varizia will be safe. There we go. That is the recap. So, with that being said, I will let us continue. With that being said, that there is more information on the table as it means to this game, and if people that didn't know, Dalibor would be giving some of that information to Miles the second we have a chance. So
you're pretty familiar with what those necklaces are. I mean, you spent your whole career seeing them, maybe even using them.
Yep.
You had a.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had a Sahedron medallion.
Yeah, we've definitely had a couple in our possession.
So I have put that in the bathroom where it can't be scryed on. And I would divulge to Miles, and I would have told everybody as well. And I also would have told Miles where that location was, since he was so keen on checking out that other place on Naveen's property. I would have told him what the hazards were, where they found it, and have him bring some food to the people that need help. If that's stuff that he wants to investigate, where this message from the Rune Lord was delivered through that medallion that was found.
So, Sephi, were you going to Miles or Dalibor?
Whatever one she found first. I guess probably Miles, because he is her older brother.
Yeah, you're gonna make me roll a dice otherwise.
Yeah. So she'll go to him first and be like, so I got an invitation for dinner at this place, but I don't know where it is, and I thought I should tell you where I'm going. I think it's just for me. It's with the seneschal. Right, it says on the invitation that it's from the seneschal.
Okay.
Yes, it's from Neil Landis. Your friend, your pen pal.
Yeah. I'm sure it's just like a thank you dinner for like performing a miracle.
Didn't Miles, you have somebody you wanted Sephi to communicate with?
I think it was seeing if she'd be able to get a hold of Chloe. I think that was about the only person. Or Jakarta's.
I mean, I could probably try to do both.
Yeah. But you had said you don't know where this place is?
Yeah. I don't know. You know directions better than me. And she'll hand him the invitation.
Well,
It's
you can roll local if it gets your jollies off, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna know where this is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be like an immediate right off the top of his head. He's going to have to think about it.
Sure.
well, and I guess
Very
I'm assuming it's a safe area of town that I can just walk to.
It is a safe area of town. It is, I'm gonna ping on the map and move you. It is right over here. It's close to the amphitheater. It's still technically in the heights. So it's the rich area of town, but this lower area is more new money than the old money around the academy. Getting there from, I mean, it's a bit of a walk getting there from the Golden Key. You can see where the Golden Key is on the map, but it's not a dangerous walk by any means. Well, not dangerous as any walk through Corvosa is. Corvosa is a bastion of safety.
Okay.
Well, do you want me to try the talk to Chloe first? Or who is your other person? The guy from the Black Arrows?
Yeah, it's my second in command. Not entirely sent missives and let him know that things were
I mean,
moving along.
we have to find Chloe. I remember I have notes from Arabella on how to do this.
Yeah.
You wrote it down for me.
Yeah. Trying to get Chloe here, perhaps, so that we can, number one, establish that she is safe. Number two, hopefully, and trust with her enlist her aid to help train newer soldiers how to combat giants, which is kind of also part of why I want Jakarta.
Okay. Well, I feel like I could just go get Chloe. Or do you want me to get her at another time? What time? How close is it to the dinner time?
Very close. And close enough you need to start going there now.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll do that when I'm back. I can take Shadow Mist there, unless you want to come with me. Or the direction's pretty simple.
I can escort you there.
Okay.
As well, I would like to see this place for myself as well. I don't entirely trust everyone.
Sephi, are you riding Shadow Mist there?
Yeah, because if it's a bit of a walk, I don't want to get all dirty. So I'll take Shadow Mist out of his little figurine.
Okay. So
And
Dalivor, as she's leaving, she kind of goes out to the stable. She takes out this little like, it's like one of those, the coffee tins used to have these little stone figurines that came with some of them. It's like this big. It's one of a horse. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just really quiet.
Oh. How about this?
Yeah, that's a little better.
So he has this little figurine about this big of a horse, and Sephi tosses it, and it turns into this majestic, like you'd see running on a beach, black stallion with this beautiful long mane. It's a black stallion the size of a Clydesdale, and it just like leaps out of this figurine. You see it. It's just this beautiful horse. Like, it's like, yeah, a breeder's dream.
Yeah. If you'll pet him. Be like,
He nods
sorry.
his head.
And I'm just like walking by when this happens, or I'm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this was in the back of the Golden Key, out of the back stable doors.
Okay.
And you were moving from the storage room, grabbing some things from a crate in there to move to the front, some more alchemical items to move to the front storefront.
Okay. I just stand there and watch, like holding whatever I am. Like instead of going about my business, I like arms are full of whatever. Just staring, kind of.
And Sophie will be like, oh, hi, Dalibor. And then you just get on the Shadow Mist.
They ride out.
And I look at, let's see if anybody else saw what I just saw.
You saw Miles maybe if he wasn't stealthing.
This is natural state of being. It's just ring of invisibility. So.
Okay, so you don't see Miles.
Yeah, I don't have a. I don't know.
Oh, I guess she'll just yell, "I'll be back later. I'm going to go have dinner."
Well, she's
Mhm.
getting acclimated at least.
That's good. That's. Where did she get that horse? Is that a magical item, or is it a horse that's being held by a magical item? Like he's just trying to kind of figure out in his mind exactly how that, whatever it is, worked. And he's like, "I've got work to do."
Yeah. You try not to distract yourself.
Yeah.
You're so busy. The two of you, Miles and Sephi on Shadow Mist back, ride leisurely through Midland. There's no encounters on the way, with Sephi on this horse and Miles keeping a vigilant eye to steer her away from any dangers. The ride goes without issue. The Crested Falcon sits nestled among Corvosa's upscale establishments, making its statement with understated elegance. It is not an establishment that draws a ton of attention to itself, even though the man wearing the sandwich board several blocks away practically begs you to go there. A keen eye, you'll observe fine craftsmanship. Phil, you more likely notice than Sephi does. The building's facade is regal. It's a blend of stone and timber, and the roof bears a sigil of a grandly ornamented falcon, its wings unfurling majestically as if to take off in flight. You, Sephi, enter. You hitch Shadow Mist. Bill, are you going with her, or do you veer off?
Miles will.
Miles, not
just
Phil.
Yep. Miles will just kind of. He wants to be a fly on the wall.
You're welcome to attempt. Nobody seems to notice you while you're invisible.
Yeah. Sephi will tie up Shadow Mist. Okay. You be good. Don't let anyone ride you.
You see Shadow Mist nods his head, and as he lifts his head, you feel the whole hitch begin to start to uproot out of the ground. Like this horse could snap this leather strap and rip the hitch out of the ground. Like it could rip the roof down. It's that strong.
Yeah. All right. Don't break anything. And she'll go inside, just assuming Miles is gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
What do you do, Miles?
He's going to play Big Brother and hide in the shadows.
All right, you follow along. As the two of you step through the solid oak doors of the Crested Falcon, you're welcomed into an otherworldly blend of warmth and opulence. The interior marries polished wood with richly textured fabrics. It favors crimsons and burgundies, the color of the city that it calls home. There are elegant chandeliers and warm sconces that cover a glow to the interior. Each corner seems to buzz with chatter and laughter, the hums of Corvosa's elite bouncing off the walls, and it's punctuated by clinking silverware, glasses, china, and crystal. You can hear somewhere amidst the din a string quartet that provides a gentle ambiance to the space. There are private alcoves that provide a retreat for those wanting a more intimate setting, and there's a main dining area that kind of goes into this recessed floor that sprawls out. As you enter, you can see that there is a host who looks to you and he says, "Name."
Stuffy,
Seffi
Right.
and here to see
Neil Landis.
the seneschal.
Yes. Am
Right
I
this way.
underdressed?
He looks you up and down. What are you wearing?
Just her normal clothes.
What is your normal clothes? What is it?
Well, it was her armor and then like that white like adventurer's gear outfit.
Yes, you are underdressed.
Um,
He doesn't say that. He looks you up and down with a expression that says that though.
Okay. Steffi will take a peek in and like spot like a few of like the other dresses that people are wearing. And
You're
then
just
she'll
gonna
use
copy somebody's outfit.
yeah, and then slightly change the color.
Do you have jewelry on you that is not adventuring gear jewelry?
Yes.
Okay. So you work it with your jewelry and it sort of fits. It sort of goes together.
Yeah.
He leads you back into a doorway and he says, the seneschal is awaiting you right in this room.
Okay, thank you.
He says, you've been requested not to be disturbed. So when he's requested you not be disturbed, so if you decide what you'd like, and he hands you a parchment menu, slide it through the slat on the left, slide that through the slat on the left side of the room.
Okay.
And then he opens the door and you see an inky blackness. You recognize this very similar to the door that leads into the bathroom at the castle. Miles, you also see this. And Miles, you realize if she passes through without you going through, you're not going to catch anything of what she's saying. So now it's like your make or break if you're going with her or if you're staying behind, and you'll have to slip through undetected in that case. What do you do, Seffi?
Oh, Steffi will walk in.
Miles?
He's gonna slip through.
Roll stealth. You get invisibility with this too.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't even think I'm gonna have Steffi roll.
Whatever that is.
82.
Oh.
Did I nat 20 that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I set the DC at a 40, but you doubled it, so you
Yeah,
enter in and you're not even sure that you've moved through or not. You can't even perceive yourself.
All right. Well, that was fun.
What both of you see as you enter is a round table. Well, it's an octagonal table. There are two places set. There is expensive, again, expensive china and crystal and silverware set. Neil Landis has a menu there himself, but he does not seem focused on food. You do see Neil Landis across the table for a reminder of what he looks like. This is Neil Landis.
Mark Ruffalo. Got it.
Mark Ruffalo. And he looks and sees you, Seffi, and appears pleased. The door, you assume, shuts, but you cannot tell. Welcome, he says. Please sit, friend.
Thanks. Steffi will kind of do a quick curtsy and then walk around and be like, "Oh, this is very secretive. Kind of fun. Is this a theme place?"
It is not, and I recognize now that a secret rendezvous at one of Corvosa's most upscale establishments is probably oxymoronic. But I have friends in high places, and she is, with magical assurances, sealed this off from anyone possibly catching our conversation here.
Oh. Steffi will walk over to her place and like sit down. So we're here to discuss secrets or something important?
In a sense, yes.
There's nothing wrong, is there?
By the end of our conversation, I would hope you are assured of that.
That there's nothing wrong.
Yes. Your brother, he slipped the other day while in court. He gave a name that I looked into. The Hender thing.
Is there wine?
Please. He says, and he motions over to a decanter that is full of red wine.
Okay. Like, do you want a glass?
I already have one.
Okay. Wonderful. Steffi will pour herself a glass. Yeah, I was wondering if you could catch that.
I
think
there
it
are
was
sharper tools than myself, but I have been in the corpse for many years, and I did catch that discrepancy.
Yeah, I didn't really.
He said it with much intentionality.
Yeah.
I decided to research that name, and I found some interesting bits of information. You must live a very frightened life, Miss Henderthane.
I mean, I suppose the simple answer is yes.
If I may explain what I've learned in present company, there is a report that was filed by a Count Variant Jaguar investigating a conspiracy within the Chelish nobility. House Henderthane was the source of that investigation. Do you know the name Orxenes? Sephi, you can make what is your int?
A 12.
You are familiar with that name.
Okay.
You would hope it is. This was
this the
your
guy
uncle.
that we? Oh, yeah.
This was your uncle on your father's side.
Is he the Hell Knight?
No.
Okay. Yes, that's my uncle on my father's side.
It was discovered by Orxene, by Count Jaguar, that Orxenes was a fiend who was seeding the nobility of Cheliax with devil spawn children in an attempt to flood the nobility with tieflings that would eventually influence the courts of Cheliax. The goal was eventually for Orxenes' devil spawn children to create something of a monopoly within the Chelish elite that could steer Chelish politics and potentially overthrow House Throne. The plot was uncovered by Varian Jaguar and the Hell Knight Paralictor Evo Iliendo of the Order of the Scourge. Do either of you have local?
I have
Miles,
nobility.
you can roll local. You could roll nobility as well, Sephi.
My nobility is very sad.
Local is pretty decent.
32. 8.
8.
No recognition, Sephi.
Yeah.
With a 32 Miles, you know that the Order of the Scourge is an investigatory, it's sort of like the internal affairs organization of the Hell Knights. It is, and you know that it is run by your uncle, Tolan Vidok, who you met at the Chelish dinner party.
The banquet in which I danced the dance with my people. Okay.
Yes, he is the Hell Knight in charge of it, and one of his subordinates was responsible for the investigation, which Neil Landis then reveals resulted in the execution of your entire house.
So wait, backing up, because Sephi doesn't totally. So because of this plot, that was the reason why my family was executed?
Yes, they purged Orsini's entire familiar line from Cheliax. The entire family paid the price. You have any devil spawn children or devil spawn siblings?
Yeah, my twin sister.
She's likely a spawn of Orsini's.
I mean, but we're twins, but sure.
You might have some of his devil blood in you as well.
No, I'm not. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm an Asmar.
Many of House Henderthane didn't appear to be devil blooded.
Yeah.
And they executed them all the same.
So what I know, well, basically is, yeah, they killed my mother and my father and then a bunch of my other relatives. Me and my siblings fled.
They did
I
not.
never.
They did kill those people, but they are actively searching for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Not a surprise to you. I see.
Well, that part. I didn't really know the entire reason why, to be honest. My family kind of kept me out of politics.
What I can tell you is what I've seen you do here. With no benefit to yourself, you've healed our broken Sable company. You've aided our poor and our sick. You've kept a isolated seneschal company, and you tried to save our dying king. You're a good person, and the world would be lessened if Cheliax to cut you down.
Well, I very much appreciate that, Neil Landis.
I have a plan. I didn't call you here to just mince words. If you're amenable to it. I'm going to propose to the king an official document of amnesty and asylum, and I'd like you and your siblings to sign it. If you do, you'll be officially protected from the political persecution under the authority of the Corvosan monarchy.
I mean, that would be fantastic, but wouldn't that put Corvosa in danger?
Yes. But Corvosa's already in danger. And quite frankly, Cheliax is far less of a concern to us than Rune Lord Karsuk is. I don't offer this to you in exchange for you helping us. I offer it to you even if you don't.
I'm like, I'm a little bit speechless. I really want to accept. I don't want to cause anybody any more pain, though.
I'm giving you this deal because I want you here. You're wanted. You and your family, I know you have roots in Magnamore. And I can't protect you politically in Magnamore, but I can here.
Effie will like gently reach over and put a hand on his hand.
It's kind of a big table, but you kind of reach your hand over.
But okay. I'll accept, but if the king or anybody says that it's too risky, I'm okay with that too.
This isn't the time for modesty. And isn't the time for meekness. This is salvation for you and your family. He reaches into his cloak, and you see he pulls out what looks like a cloak brooch. It's made of black onyx and is carved in the shape of a scorpion. Your house's sigil. It has garnets inset in its, and where the scorpion's eyes are, tiny garnets, and its stingers, claws, and fangs are plated with polished silver. He says, your family from Cheliax's sigil, and a relic of your family that I uncovered in my research. He slides it over to you.
I'll take it.
You can roll nobility again. You're looking for a 10.
12.
Barely got it. It's these. The brooch symbolizes, the scorpion symbolizes death and protection, danger and power. These are qualities your house would have treasured, being as powerful as it was at its height. Do you take it?
Yeah.
As you touch it, you see the claws and tails momentarily twitches. And then it goes still again.
She'll put it quickly back down on the table. Did you see if this was magic?
It does have a minor enchantment on it.
What does the enchantment do?
When a member of the family line touches it, it reacts.
You can start using your real name again here once the king accepts this decree.
That would make me and my family very happy. I hope you're not mad at me, but I'm not good at being forceful about
You see, he reaches
things.
over and he puts his hand on top of yours. Then let me be your sword. And he
Okay.
kind of like takes your hand in his.
Where did you get this?
I have sources, he says.
Well, I really appreciate you did not have to go through all this trouble.
But I wanted to. I know what it's like to be forced out of your home. It happened to me when the queen took over. And I barely escaped with my life.
Yeah. It's been hard traveling without a home for a long time. And to see your family get separated. Well, then is the rest of this dinner to celebrate?
It was to celebrate or to mourn. Celebrate if you accepted and grieve if you did not.
Well, like I said, I don't really have any. I mean, I could go to Sandpoint, but I don't really want to. So,
Then perhaps you stay here.
yeah. I probably need to find some place to live other than the Golden Key eventually, but that can come after, the war, after we defeat Karzug.
Can arrange something sooner.
Well, like I said, it's not a urgent matter.
I enjoyed our letters. Perhaps we can still continue writing them to each other. I know
Yeah.
distance doesn't necessitate it anymore, but
I mean, we could just talk in person, unless you're too busy.
we can just talk in person.
I mean, I can write you a letter and we can talk in person. That's fine. Are you going to the party?
I am.
That'll be good.
And so you have dinner with Neil Landis.
Yep.
And you completely miss out on his advances. Or you completely like space his obvious advances at you.
Yeah.
You are fed with a delicious meal and or treated to a wonderful evening. And at the end, you and him part ways. And you realize you need to send a sending. You need to talk to somebody. You promised Miles that you would. Miles, you were there the entire time.
I didn't want to interrupt the old man's thunder, but oh boy. Aren't we lucky that you have a wonderful pen pal?
Yeah.
Oh, and he's lucky that he is, well, who he is. Oh boy. Let's just say I am not hungry.
You're not what?
I'm not hungry by at all. I think I lost my appetite after watching him try to court you at the same time.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Look at it. He what now?
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean, you kept an old seneschal company.
Well, he's my friend.
Yes. And what you choose to do beyond that is up to you.
I mean, it's
Yes.
not really a bad option.
Mhm. As I said, it's your choice.
Oh, so he doesn't have to come ask you for permission.
Considering the fact that he is doing what he is doing out of number one, an interest. Number two, he's putting his neck on the line by searching for amnesty for our family.
Yeah, I thought that was a little. That was a lot.
Yes, it is a bit much, but
I mean, it's good, but I don't want to get anybody else in trouble.
well, that is one of the reasons why I choose to live in the shadows. If I can keep an eye on you and the others as much as I
Well, I'm not very sneaky.
can. Hence why I am. But as you
just
probably get.
Yeah, do you think I should have just asked him to take me to the party?
I mean, if that's what you want.
Oh yeah, it's a party.
Yes, you enjoy a good party, and quite frankly,
I don't know. I just thought that would be maybe I'll write him a letter. I'll write him a thank you note and then put, by the way, we could talk more at the party.
your choice.
Okay.
If you're looking for someone to act as a guide through the Corvosan political scene, by all means, he's probably your best option.
We weren't invited to the party and I want to go.
Well, you know my modus operandi.
Yeah.
I sneak.
Okay, well, I should find Chloe then.
Yes. Between Chloe and the Cardros may. I need to, at the very least, let him know what's going on. Because I do not believe he is yet aware of the attack on her, which means the giant army is a lot closer than we may anticipate, or originally anticipated.
Okay. Well, I could just teleport us to the Black Arrows right now. Then I don't have to count words.
I suppose, but is there a risk of us getting lost again?
Not when I do it.
Okay. Not anymore at the very least.
You guys are outside of the Golden Key. You've arrived.
Yep.
Walking and talking.
Do you want to take anyone with you?
There is somebody who may benefit from seeing what you have with the black arrows at your disposal. Actually, two people that might benefit.
I was thinking maybe Naveen and potentially Dalibor. Naveen would be one that would quite possibly gain more out of it.
So maybe you go get them, and while you're getting them, I will try to find Chloe using magic. And maybe teleport the Chloe. How many spells do I have? Oh yeah, I have 4. I can do 4 spells.
So you're gonna do this right now at night?
Maybe wait till morning. I mean, I could find Chloe tonight, but
I think we should wait.
okay, so first thing in the
it's a little
morning.
late.
Yeah, first thing in the morning, you find Dalibor and Naveen, you coordinate that, and then I'll go find Chloe and bring her here. And you might want to tell them too that we need a place for a giant because Chloe's pretty tall, and that would be kind of rude if she didn't have anywhere to sleep other than the street.
Yes, most definitely. Well, that's part of the reason why I wish to speak with Naveen and perhaps Dalibor to see if he had any other ideas as far as
Like a
arrangements
house.
for quarters. Well, I was thinking if Chloe would be assisting the training at the school, perhaps she'd be able to stay there. Also, it'd keep her out of sight of the general community if she was at the school, so long as there are walls and such, or other places in which that she may be able to hide more easily. Which, yes, I will see if I can speak with either of them tonight, but otherwise,
Dalibor is here in the Golden Key.
Yeah, we
I'm
need
not
to go
sure
talk.
where would Naveen be.
I have to figure out how to mute myself. Not like we haven't used Zoom for 4 years. Probably my place up in Old Corvosa.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
How about I'll send Chloe a sending tonight at least, so that she knows that, like, hey, we're thinking about you. We're gonna come get you tomorrow. Are you still alive?
That's a good one to double check on. Are you still alive?
Are you still alive, and are you in danger immediately?
Are you in immediate danger, or can I sleep?
So
first?
you're sending. What are you sending? Give me the words.
Hi, Chloe. It's Seppi. Are you alive? Okay? In danger? Coming to get you tomorrow, if that's okay. Do you know where you are?
You get a sleepy response. Oh. Sephi. Yes, I remember you. I'm alive. Well met. Though these soldiers he sent me for are cantankerous. They've imprisoned me in their fort.
So Chloe's in jail at, I'm pretty sure, Fort Rannoch. Do you want me to message, what was that guy's name?
No, when we go there, I will straighten them out.
I mean, I can
At
just.
the- Let's just say it is a fortunate situation that she was imprisoned, not dead, and hopefully none of the men are dead.
Maybe.
If
Too
any
bad I
are
didn't.
injured.
Too bad I didn't send this message like ahead of time. I should make a note of that next time.
Yeah, many things slipped our minds at that point. I mean, we were just kind of in the middle of a field after dealing with a certain someone, so.
Yeah. Okay, well, she knows we're coming for her tomorrow.
Yes.
We should go inside now and talk to Dalibor.
Yeah.
And then go
You
to
go
bed.
inside. Dalibor, you're getting ready for bed. Well, no, you keep watch. So you're getting ready for your bedtime work.
Yeah, and I got notes put out because I got to go talk to Jagari tomorrow. So I've like got my notes out and things that I need to make sure to bring up. And
yeah, tomorrow, air quotes, whenever, whatever tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yesterday,
the
whatever.
day. Yeah, tomorrow, yesterday, 3 days from now.
In the montage. Montage.
Yeah. Right. Well, Miles is going to go looking. Just figure out where he's at.
You find him. He's in his alchemy room. I guess I can move us to a map if it helps people.
Well, I was thinking Miles would just knock instead of sneaking in, since he's going to be making a request.
Yeah, it's kind of rude.
Yeah. I do know how to be semi-diplomatic. Not always. A little bit.
Dalibor, you hear a knock at your door.
I look at, are there other people in the room, or is it just me?
Kegger and Dalivor are in the room with you.
Okay. I look up at them. Are you expecting company?
Not I, son. He goes over to some beakers and he begins like tapping at them. Kegger looks at you expectantly and walks to the door, stopping and looking at you.
I just nod at Kegger.
He opens it. You see this thing, Miles, opens the door.
Interesting.
It's the size of a beer keg.
Oh, he has that spell too.
Well, that's cute. Oh. Dalibor.
Oh, come in, come in.
Good evening. I have, well, Sephi and I have come to ask you a couple of questions.
Oh, of course. I set
So
my
after-
stuff in a neat little pile and slide it over and pull up a chair.
Oh.
Would you like some beer?
Well, considering what I just found out, a beer sounds good.
I will go over to the actual beer kegs, and take some out of the sprout. Bring them over.
Right.
If you bring Sephi one, she'll like politely sip it.
Oh yeah, if Seppi's in here too, I'd grab her one too.
Yes. So I believe I had mentioned to you, as well as the rest of you and your friends here in Corvosa, that I'm familiar with a cloud giant that I was hoping to add or enlist to aid in the training of the new recruits. In addition to the fact that I am also the the official leader of the Black Arrows, well, when I became acquainted with said giant, I had directed them to Fort Rannick, just north of Turtleback Ferry.
Okay.
Well, I was hoping to pick up my giant friend.
Oh.
To teleport them here. But I also wanted to introduce you folk to the Black Arrows themselves, or at the very least, a couple of the leaders of my organization besides myself. Otherwise, I'm just, well, as far as you know, just lying through my teeth. Leadership there. Well, turns out both groups are in the same place right now. My giant friend managed to get to Fort Rannick, but is currently imprisoned. So I need to go straighten out my men because, well, my sister and I, in our haste, forgot to alert them that a giant is coming.
Oh, and since they're trained to hunt the giants.
Yes.
Well, it's a good thing nobody got killed. Nobody got killed, right?
I didn't have enough words for that.
Well, as far as we hopefully no one died.
Could you? Do you?
I could do another miracle and check again.
You wasted a miracle on that? No. Hold on here. He pulls out a couple things and mixes because I've got a couple lined up. Here.
Oh, like it's
this will do message. This will do sending.
Oh, give it to Miles.
I hand it to Miles. Just drink it. It will be sending. It's just like the scroll, but it's a potion. Kind of.
So I just drink it and I can, like, I am not a magic user by.
Yes, picture the person you want to send message to. You get 25 words, no more, no less.
Okay.
Maybe figure out what you want to say first. You can say it out loud, but you can also just say it in your mind, and then they will be able to respond in your mind. Only you will hear it. And don't accidentally picture the wrong person at the last minute. Ugh, that's bad.
Well, it's kind of hard to not remember the face of the cantankerous old man with an eye patch. Right. Oh. I was just thinking of something that might be slightly. Oh, anyhow, I know he has an animal companion, so that might be much the same as the way that, as far as transport goes, as far as Sephi and her horse, that all makes sense, I guess. Can carry companion that.
Oh yes, we need to talk about horse too at some point.
Oh, is it okay if he's out in your pen?
Oh yes, we have room.
Okay.
Will he try to mate with the other horses?
I mean, he's polite. He is very well mannered.
I mean, horses also got to. They have feelings too. Is it the real horse?
Yes, he's a real horse. He just has manners. He would court them first.
So the device is just a holding place to put him.
Yeah, it's just a spell.
And it turns the horse into the
figurine.
Ah, wonderful.
And then when it makes it easier for teleporting. And then he used to get hurt a lot.
Well, that's excellent.
But now he's really strong.
Well, you know, I am sure that there are many nobles here that would like a sire of such standing for their horses. Or you yourself could have your own ranch. People would pay big money for a beautiful offspring of horse of that nature. But I digress. Contact person with eye patch. Don't focus on us. Don't picture us, or we will get your message.
I feel like I want Shadow Mist to have like a love for life.
Miles, you're sending ascending to Jakardros?
Yes, I'm sending ascending to Jakardros.
What are the words of your sending?
Yeah, do you like how I threw this shit back on you?
Jakardros, it is Miles. I hear you have a giant in a cell. If you do not release them, I will be there tomorrow. We must talk.
You hear a sigh from the sending's response. I would release her if I could, but we've got a growing situation here. In your absence, there's a leadership schism.
Oh.
A man by the name of Tiberius Crane imprisoned her recently.
The look on Miles's face. Well, Dalibor.
He drinks his beer, just watching you.
You see his facial features start to twist and sink, and he goes through a slew of emotions.
Well, as I said before,
people got hurt.
Well, if things don't go well, some people are going to be.
Oh.
I've been, considering everything going on, I've been rather aloof as far as my leadership goes. So another faction has arisen, and they are the ones responsible for imprisoning my giant friend. So Sephi and I, and perhaps hopefully anybody else from your contingent that is free and able to join us, we'll need to go to Fort Rennick tomorrow.
Does it
But
have
if
to be
you
tomorrow?
have-
Perhaps we could go tonight.
If you and anyone else is ready to go right now, that'd be.
I shrug. I was like, I was just going to make some potions to ease my mind with all the things I have to come because everybody else is sleeping. But I can certainly come with. I look over to Dalivor. It's like, if I don't make it back in time, will you be able to have conversation with Jagari on behalf of what is to come?
Yes, I will.
Excellent. Since he was here the whole time, I've been planning it all,
He's just been pretending to not eavesdrop on your conversation.
Yeah, but we know he was.
The second Dalibor says Jagari, you might actually see a quick flash of change in facial expression on Miles's face. If you recognize it. Although you don't know that he shouldn't know that. Jagari?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Noble, lives here in town, runs museum. Has a famous Pathfinder uncle or something of that nature, I believe.
Yeah.
Huh.
What, do you know him?
We know the uncle.
Oh.
You know. Okay.
Well,
So
not
the
kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're talking. Do you mean you said Pathfinder person, right?
That's what I hear. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
for a
pretty.
fact. It's just what I've heard.
I'm pretty sure that's the one we met. I don't think the guy that lives here is the same guy that we met, though.
Who's the guy?
So are you planning to get Naveen this evening if you're going there tonight?
I mean, we can go get Naveen. I'm sure she's still awake. She doesn't sleep very much either, because she's the one that introduced me to that spell.
Well,
Get Naveen. I'll get prepped to do the miracle to teleport us.
yes. I only ever need 2 hours of sleep, so I always have kept watch for our group.
I enjoy sleeping, so.
You
But
and
I
do
can,
both. But
yeah, but I can stay up.
okay. Wow. It's just natural course of things for me. Yes.
You say that,
Naveen.
but Miles, when you go to get Naveen, Sephi, Dalibor, you see this Sephi like almost looks like she's dozing off as she's not like when she's unoccupied, she's just like not prepping herself. She almost looks like she just starts to doze a little bit,
Yeah.
or like she's got like
Well,
some heavy ADD.
Yeah, her prepping is probably like, okay, I'm gonna take a power nap.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well. Yes, Miles will try to go find Naveen, and hopefully she's awake, as Dalibor has mentioned.
Well, you have an idea of where she might be.
And I will make my way there.
Okay.
Do you want me to wait here, or do you want me to come with?
Your presence might be a good thing.
Okay.
Because I don't think she would welcome my random appearance at night at her place.
Well, I mean, if you don't knock or
I mean,
anything, if you just appear in her room or something, but
yes,
Like what he does.
Yes, well, there's a reason why I did announce my presence. But I think with you being there, she might be more amenable to coming with to Fort Wren.
Okay, so do I have to try to stay awake and come with you guys, or can I take a nap?
I
Well, I
pull out
mean,
a wand. I pull out a wand, and like, may I? At Sephi.
Sure.
Did you say sure?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did.
I use the stay awakes wand. I forget what it's called. I gotta find it on my sheet here.
Keep watch.
Keep watch. I give you keep watch.
Oh.
You get dosed with cocaine.
A wand of cocaine.
Wand of
No
cocaine.
dose. No dose. Awesome. Okay.
Oh, maybe
So,
we should.
Sephi, are you staying or going?
I'm going
Okay.
because
That way we can
now.
all leave ASAP.
Yeah, because now
you all go to the Orsini Academy.
now I gotta wake up and it's nighttime. I will. Do I
As you are walking, Sephi goes catatonic. She stops in her tracks, and her eyes go distant and blank.
I look at Miles. Is this normal?
This happened before, I believe. Miles is going to roll an intelligence check to try and remember the last time something like this happened to her.
I am going to make a medical examination.
So intelligence and then roll heal.
Miles knows that she's an orc. Things like this happen.
Wow, 40. She's breathing. It almost resembles a state of unconsciousness or sleep. But you know that she does not need to be sleeping right now. It doesn't seem arcane in nature. However, her eyes have glazed, almost milked over. She and you can see the faint tremors of seizures racking through her.
Oh, good.
Is she? But she's standing.
She's standing in place.
Okay. I will just make sure that I have my hands on her like arms so she doesn't hurt herself if it gets worse.
Or fall.
Or fall.
Miles, this is familiar. Something like this has happened before. You know, as an oracle, that sometimes they are stricken with visions.
Of all times.
And a vision you are stricken with, Sephi.
Okay.
You sense a couple other presences in this vision with you. Not people you're looking at, but people who maybe are having this the same time you are. Others touched by the gods in a similar way you are. You sense one that is touched with the duality, darkness and starlight. A woman of long, dark hair, pale flesh, black tongue, and dark eyes. And you sense another, a tiefling, aged beyond where her normal kin is, dwelling within the savage lands, not where you are. Two other oracles. They view this in tandem with you, an audience. You see a barren terrain, echoes with the haunting cries of the lost, punctuated by the guttural roars of giants and the agonized screams of horses. Amidst the cacophony, two forms stand starkly. You see a towering fiend, armed with a glistening scimitar and adorned in majestic armor. He radiates in a devouring infernal heat. His assured grin betrays an expectation of effortless victory. The embodiment of tyranny, his eyes shimmer with an unnerving, latent flame. Facing him, dwarfed yet unbowed, stands Naveen. Her armor bears the marks of battle, and her dual blades form her own unyielding barrier. Her determination is palpable. Her visage is a blend of raw emotion. Anger for a fiend who has marked her heart with inflictions, and grief for personal losses he's wrought. Her teardrops fall, marking her path while her blades prepare for a dance of battle. Any formalities forgotten, she embodies the rage of a storm, a blur of steel and resolve charging towards her monstrous adversary. As Naveen confronts this fiendish prince, an immense sandstorm, stirred by Godra's divine hand, swells on the distant horizon, enshrouding the sun. And you come out of your vision. The little trickle of a nosebleed coming from your nostril. Your head is pounding. Your hands are still shaking.
Dalibor's like right in your face.
Dalibor and Miles is probably also Miles isn't even invisible anymore, is just staring at you.
Oh.
You've had the minor seizure.
Yeah.
I hand
What
you a
did
tissue.
you see?
Thank you. I had a vision. I wasn't the only person there though. There was two other oracles.
Has That happened before?
No, usually it's just me.
Hmm.
So you had a vision of two
Kinda.
oracles?
No, they were watching the vision with me. I don't know how. I just kind of know that I kind of saw them with me. Their presence. One was like a really old lady that. Well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. She was old, but not. And she was from, the Savage Lands that are kind of far away. And then there was another woman with pale skin and dark hair that I think was a dual oracle of some kind because it was like darkness and starlight over her. And we were watching a scene of this barren land. And in the background there was sounds of fighting, guttural roars of giants, horses screaming. That was not great. And then there was a towering, fiendish, like demonic creature. And so, it's hard to describe. Actually, Steffi will just do, because she has that as a spell in the minor illusion, and just cast a minor illusion of the giant.
Make a concentration check. And all of you who have it can roll planes.
And we're in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The figure go ahead and roll that, Rachel. The figure she crafts is taller than some giants.
Who?
24.
Let me make sure that's actually right with my
And Miles, do you have planes?
I do not.
Okay. So Miles, what you see is a very tall, ember-skinned fiend of some kind with long steer horns. Dalibor, what you recognize is you've actually seen somebody who looks like this. This isn't a fiend necessarily. This isn't the devil or a demon.
This is the Ifrit.
This is an Afridi.
Is it the same Ifriti that we encountered?
There's familiarity to him, but he looks different. Bigger, stronger, more smug. But he seems very familiar. He seems very similar, very, very, very familiar, but changed to the Afridi that Brianna turned down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh. And Naveen was fighting him. And she was pretty amazing actually. But it looks like
I'm like, you see her fight. It's art.
Yeah, it felt like though he took something from her. Like it was personal.
Yeah, Brian. You turned down an Afridi and then you ditch and let them suffer the consequences. Rockheim.
Well, wait. So you're an oracle then?
Yeah, I guess.
That makes so much more sense. Now I understand your magic. We should find Naveen. This will be important.
Yep. I don't feel like walking.
We should have brought your horse.
We should have.
Well,
Wait,
I guess it's impossible now.
no.
You get to the Orsini Academy.
I will knock on the door.
Dean, you're very perceptive. You hear a knock.
Yeah, this is like she probably heard us walk up. I'll even say that she probably heard us down the street.
It's quite possible.
Probably did.
Well, at the very least, she probably heard you.
Well, I'm not quite the person in general. Sometimes I try.
All right, what are we fighting?
That makes things very simple. Well, hopefully not fighting anything, but
Are we looking at dragons, undead, humans, evil outsiders?
possibly humans right now. Due to my absence dealing with everything with the city-states and getting ready for the fight with the Rune Lord, there has been a attempted power struggle within my organization, and we need to go and fix that, and as well as get my giant friend that I had mentioned to you that could aid in training. It's all in the same place.
Are you going to be able to bring your group here?
My thought is that probably bring one or two people, a couple of our higher ranking officers that can aid in training, while the rest are set straight and taking care of the rest of the business.
I'll probably have to make a couple trips.
But the more that we can get, the better.
So I'm gonna go over to my weapons closet. I'm gonna say I have a, like in the movies where they have like the hidden room where they open it up and they have all of their guns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine is all
yours.
of my bladed weapons.
Ah,
So that
hidden
I can
stash.
grab out. Oh God, there's so many choices.
That's why I like the fact that everything I need is right in my quiver.
All right, I'm gonna grab 2 of my rapiers, a dagger and a kukri. Anyone need anything? We're
I
not
got knives
gonna.
for days.
We don't need. There's no one. No one needs like a bludgeoning weapon. I'm assuming I don't need my bow and arrow. I think you have that covered, Miles.
Yeah, I should have that covered.
Steffi, what did the terrain look like in your vision?
It was barren and rocky. Right, GM?
Yeah, barren, rocky, dusty.
I will describe to her the Cinderlands.
Actually, the sandstorm that rolled in looked very much like what he described.
Yeah, there was a sandstorm when they were fighting too.
Well,
I think this is a vision of the fight that is to come when we go to help the Shoanti. The sounds of horses in battle. We do not have a cavalry. The Shoanti are the cavalry if we can convince them to join us. So your vision is the battle to come, and the Ifrit that Brianna turned away, I think, is the creature that you saw, but bigger and more powerful. Naveen, that Ifrit might be targeting something you care about. Because in her vision, you were very angry at this Ifrit.
Yeah.
And she got the sense that it was personal. Do you think that Brianna is safe?
She's helping the king. And I'm sure she's helping with the reestablishment of the Sable Company. She's not really putting herself in danger.
Oh, buddy.
Well, if she put the Ifrit on scorn, and she's caught
Wait.
unawares, it might come after her.
Wait, she turned down like a marriage proposal?
Yes.
Oh, that's probably bad.
Do you have paper?
Do I have paper?
No, I say that to Naveen.
Yeah, yeah. I have scrap. I'll tear off a scrap corner.
I actually do have paper.
I will write a quick message to Brianna, just informing her of the stuff and to be awares. And then I realize Brianna fits the description of the other oracle.
She saw this.
The other oracle?
Yeah, when I had my vision, there was 2 other oracles with me.
Oh, and Larissa, the Shuante. So then I scratch out that and I flip the little scrap of paper over and be like, if you had a vision with another oracle, she is with us. Her name is Sephi. Fold it up, and I'm like, I'll find a way to get a runner to get this up to her.
Yeah, but from personal experience, when you reject somebody for like, a marriage thing, they can get kind of crazy.
Yes, and this is an extraplanar being of fire.
Yeah, she better watch her underwear.
Oh, thanks for the reminder, Seppi.
All of her clothes.
Your lordship remembers that.
Mr. Foxglove. Oh, goodness.
But yeah, the first, anybody I see that I think is capable, like if I see a guard.
You're able to get a runner without any.
Yeah, I'll get it sent to Brianna.
Could you tell how far in the future that would be? Like, do we look aged? Was it a different season?
Can I do a heal check?
Sure.
I actually have that. What is
in that response, I go, I suppose it could be a different time. It couldn't be that battle. It could be later down the road. Or...
Oh, not only do we have to make sure we can fight giants, now we have to make sure we can fight Ifrits.
24. I did not roll it.
You're not sure. She definitely looks like she's been through some shit, though, in that vision, but you can't tell anything in relation to time.
I mean, you look pretty much the same, except you looked really beat up and you were crying a little bit. And you looked mad too, so it was like angry crying.
Oh.
Great. The fight was really cool, the way it was starting.
Good to know.
Well,
it was very.
It seems like, while important, I don't think we're gonna be battling in Ifrit at midnight.
Well, we're not going to the center. Well, we're not going to the desert. We're going to mountains.
Yeah.
So
I believe
who
that
are we going to potentially kill?
I don't think we're going to kill anyone.
I think Miles wants you to get a look at the military and what he has at his disposal.
At midnight.
Well, and to get the giant out of there. And we are all available because most of us have other shit to do. And I figured you'd be awake because you're the one that taught me the spell that keeps us awake.
That is true. From experience, the only time I've been woken up in the middle of the night is either we're going to kill someone or defend someone, or someone's trying to assassinate me. So my experiences.
Well, hey, first time for everything, huh?
Yes, great.
Well, let's just
we'll
say
try
this.
Diplomacy.
Yeah, you have the best of teachers.
Well, it's a really good thing I brought Dalibor with. Because quite frankly, you just mentioned one of the other times that you're woken up in the middle of the night. Is someone trying to assassinate you? Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
glad
that
I
was just a day and a half ago. 2 days ago.
I mean,
2 to 4 days ago, depending on where in the 3-day montage we are.
Yeah. Well,
montage.
Hopefully we're done with that portion of our lives.
yes. Hopefully, but hopefully settling the factional dispute and power struggle within the Black Arrows will not require killing, but considering the type of individuals that the Black Arrows were originally, considering that it was originally sort of like a punishment for criminals and outcasts, yeah, no.
It's the wall. It's Game of Thrones, the wall.
Oh, and Andrew, I would have left the stuff for Arabella also with Delavore.
Okay.
For when she arrives, and just say like, he knows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I also have my mantis mask along, just in case we need.
Oh, that's a good call.
Do you need me to grab an extra?
No, I've got one. I've got 3.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay.
I'm always ready.
I'm gonna cast status on everybody. Just in cases.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, everybody gather around, and I will start casting Miracle to cast Greater Teleport.
And where specifically are you teleporting to in Fort Rannick?
Let's see here. I'll be
outside of one of the gates, inside the gate yard, inside an office,
Definitely
on the
inside.
wall.
My thought would
probably-
be within the office that Jakardos would normally be within.
You're
So,
not 100% sure what office he would have taken. There
But
is
an
like a captain's office that is on the 3rd floor. You could try there.
I think Steffi's gonna teleport everybody right into the gate yard because that's probably the place she remembers the most.
Into the gate yard, okay.
Yeah. Not necessarily strategic, but she just knows what that place is.
All right, I am gonna move you midnight at the gate yard.
Teleporting right in the middle.
You teleport into the middle, and even or odd.
Even is good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You are not shot,
I didn't feel it.
but you appear, and it is super dark. Like it's difficult to see anything because it's midnight. But you can make out some of the castle walls. You see well, I can describe to you exactly what you see. I have the book right here. There is a 20-foot tall gatehouse to your south, to the south of you, which is down. I'm gonna move the map so that this chat gets to where we're going. Oh, you still can't see because it's dark. Right? You don't have vision?
Steffi has some vision because she has dark vision.
Yeah, so does Miles.
I can put on my mantis mask if we need. Or pull out Cerithiel if we want light. Just let me know.
There would be a couple lights at the gate. At that gate here and there. Did that give you guys any light?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find where on the map there we are, down there.
This map is huge, by the way.
I'm seeing this.
Yeah, as far as I remember, those are 10-foot squares, right?
They're like 15-foot squares. But everything's sized correctly. And then to the north of you, there is a single set of double doors that allows entrance to a central keep of the fort. The doors are made of oak and appear to have been recently repaired from brutal battering and savagery. It looks like they've been repaired several times. As in something large smashed open the door, and there was a crude repair, and then somebody with more craftsmanship came in that knew what they were doing. You can see that there are two soldiers standing at the door. Look like this.
Right.
You may also see. Nope, you don't have vision to that. Okay. What do you do?
Well, let's see here. Number one, I'm going to. What was the name that Jacargos had mentioned? I already forgot its name.
Started with a T.
Yeah.
Tiberius Crane, he mentioned.
Tiberius. Right.
So far, Naveen, you see three soldiers.
Well,
Okay, I'm kind of letting Miles lead this.
okay. Well, Miles is gonna just waltz right on up to these two soldiers.
They, though they're your followers, they have never met you before.
Yeah.
So they look at you, and his eyes narrow, and he says, "Who are you, and how'd you get here?" He doesn't draw steel, but he looks concerned.
Where is Jakardros? I am Miles.
Making intimidator diplomacy or profession soldier.
All right. Which would be the best? Well, I'm not going to be a complete arse of a guy the second I first meet someone. That is a diplomacy.
Jakardros is probably asleep.
Right.
He would be first floor.
First floor.
Through
Okay.
these doors, he says.
All right.
Well, I can take you.
All right. If you would, I'm actually going to sense motive the individual as well.
Okay.
To ensure that it is not any funny business. Okay.
No funny business that you can tell.
All right. I will wave on the rest of the group. I think they did not follow right away. Actually, I might need to reload roll 20.
Yeah, I'm lagging pretty bad too.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and reload, and I'm going to move all of you.
All of a sudden, all I had was background. So. Okay. I can see.
You're down at the bottom of the map now.
There we go. I found it.
The double doors allows entrance to the central keep of Fort Rennick. And further inside, you see a well-maintained entrance hall that appears to have long been cleaned, scrubbed many times. But even though the area is clean, there's a signs of an ancient battle that was there, and the tapestries that are still shredded are the battle wounds of a battle that was long lost previously. The insignia of the Black Arrow is still scarred on them. There's a soldier that leads you in. As you enter, there's only one soldier because it's midnight.
Okay.
Says Jakardros is this way.
Okay. Yeah, that leg is killing me. Okay.
Yeah, I might need to actually just close out of roll 20.
Is it lagging for
Yeah,
you as well?
Yeah.
I'll follow behind Miles.
Yeah.
Steffi will also follow, but I'm just gonna log out of roll 20 for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow the soldier.
Okay. You follow him and he knocks at the door, and you hear some shuffling inside. And the door opens and you see Jakardros on the other side. Jakardros looks like this for those who have not seen him before.
Okay. Yar.
Oh.
He's like blinking squintily. You have most certainly woken him up in the middle of the night as this, and he looks and notices the guard and looks past and sees Miles, and he says, "Oh,
good morning, sunshine."
Good night," he says.
Well,
I see this required your immediate attention.
Yes. Is your chambers the most secure location to speak, or is there elsewhere at the moment?
This is as secure a place as any.
Right. Okay.
You hear behind you a gravelly voice speak out, and you see a man with two soldiers, and the voice says, "But I think you and I should talk first."
The gravelly voice, huh? Oh, is that Tiberius?
You see a man, probably in his 60s, with peppered gray hair that's kind of brushed back. He's wearing he is armored differently than many of the other Black Arrows. Bearing, let's see, what's it? Bearing full plate as opposed to leathers. His face is a patchwork of different scars of many battles fought. You haven't met this person, but that doesn't mean he wasn't a part of the Black Arrows ever, or wasn't a veteran himself. He looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
Older gray-haired Mark Ruffalo. Just kidding.
Not really Mark Ruffalo, different facial structure,
No, I
but
was just joking.
he looks at you and you see he kind of, there are two soldiers behind him, but he kind of waves them back.
So
I'm willing to speak. Politics aside, he says. There's no need for this dance or games.
Makes sense, motive.
right.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Oh.
Miles does not know this guy, so yeah.
I will also roll a sense motive. Whoa.
And as he's talking, Miles is going to study him also.
Steffi got a 30.
Can I also do it?
Yes, you may. He is a human.
Good, 32.
Sense motives 40, 32. Okay. He seems he's stern, strong, and seems intelligent. It doesn't seem like he dances the dance of politics very well, and he very much wears his emotions and his plans and his ideas on his sleeve. What you're getting from him isn't that he's somebody who has this big grand agenda. Dalibor, you rolled a 1, but you're feeling the nature of your new abilities. You're feeling an urge. What is your archetype again?
Yeah, I do not get detect evil.
Okay. You're getting a
I get detect magic.
You're getting
Mike's
a
detect
feeling
evil.
from him. You're getting a feeling from him.
Okay.
There's just this presence about him that's hard to put your finger on.
I just gently put my hand on my sword. Not in a like offensive way, but in a just I'm resting my hand.
Well, since we are all together, why don't we have a nice little chat? Because it is going to involve the lot of us that are here now anyway.
In the forge, then? He motions to the door behind him.
Yes.
Right. He goes over. You see, he opens the door and he steps inside.
When he turns around, they start walking in there. I'm going to drink a potion. An extract.
All right.
Seek thoughts. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me a thing or two.
All right.
Oh.
Are people following him?
Yep.
Yeah. If I really could see anything, I think Roll20 is just being so much fun. Yeah, Miles is just following along blindly here right now.
So he leads you into a room. This room is filled with several heavy wooden racks, all bristling with pikes, long swords, and quivers of barbed arrows. It looks like the masonry where the door is here has been repaired, as in the wall was previously smashed in.
Right.
Where's the other guy?
He's in the corner. Oh, Jakardros follows you in.
Right.
But Tiberius seems to do more of the talking than Jakardros does. He seems to be the one who has things to answer for, and it appears he takes initiative on. I didn't want this, he says, but I had to do it. I ordered the capture of the giant. I don't
Why
wish to
so?
fight you, but I fear your decisions steer us in the wrong direction. We have historically fought and conquered giants and protected these lands from giant folk and the horrible things that they've wrought on the people of Turtleback Ferry and Barizia. Taking one in with open arms is a slippery slope to lead us to ruin.
Well, are you fully aware of what is coming? Why we've been rebuilding? Do you know what is coming down from the Kodar Mountains? What has obliterated the city of Erglin already? Not even the full might of the army, but more of a scouting party of roughly 100 some giants, including a rune giant, obliterated Erglin nary a couple days ago. Any additional might that we may employ against an army of 100 plus. Realistically, the entirety of said army is going to number above the 1,000. Any additional might that we can employ will be necessary. Because those giants are being led by, well, an ancient evil named the Clanger. Karzu, Rune Lord of Grief. Are you familiar with that name?
I can't say I am.
Well, let me tell you. He could annihilate you in a moment. No matter how strong you think you are. No matter how strong that you think we are. I've seen him devastate just like what we believed ourselves to be one of the strongest groups, strongest parties that were able. We thought we could take on a Rune Lord, and he annihilated half of our party in mere seconds. And without trying, if we don't put in the effort to put an end to this army that he is sending down the step, well, say goodbye to not only Berlicia, Turtleback Ferry. You could probably say goodbye to half nearby lands as well in a heartbeat. The giant whom you imprisoned was one that was freed from the domination of Karzu's subordinates. Meaning she has insight on how we can potentially assault the enemy's forces. We can learn from them, which will make our training more efficient. What say you?
I am not somebody who believes that the ends justify the means. I am formally registering my disagreement with this path, but I have no desire to destroy the Black Arrows with further dissension in the leadership.
Well, as you have more than likely been able to discern, my goal is, yes, our organization has historically fought giants, killed giants, and killed by giants. That expertise that we have, we can sharpen it by learning more. But there are other things that we need to focus on besides, our disagreements, as you mentioned. The entire realm is at stake. And what we need is the expertise of our organization and help. My plan is to help train individuals that are in Corvosa to help combat the threat as well. So, if we are able to aid in the endeavor with Corvosa, and not just Corvosa, but the realm altogether, we would be able to expand. It will take time, but the Black Arrows need not be some simple, small mercenary company. But the current situation, we do need to deal with things the best way possible. We disagree, but I'd like to be able to free the imprisoned giant. Take her with me to Corvosa to show the Corvosans the exact size of many of the giants that they will face, so that they may begin training.
Dalibor, did you have something you wanted to add?
Not really, because if I talk, that ruins my spell. Well, it doesn't ruin my spell, but it can be seen through. So I won't be conversing right now. I'm just focusing on the voices in my head.
I guess Steffi would just, I don't know if this is gonna help or not, but she's just gonna say, not all giants are bad, just like not all humans are bad, or any one group.
If I were to liken this person to someone from Game of Thrones, this man would be like Stannis Baratheon. He is it's what he says is almost like a replication of what he's thinking, Dalibor. And there's a lot of instances where he just he sits there and takes the beating of a superior officer. Like a superior officer to him is kind of not reaming him, but is sort of reaming him. And he's just taking it like a good soldier. He responds, to which you don't indicate any sort of deception in his mind. He says, "I've done my duty. I won't stop you." Dalibor, you get the sense that this man is genuinely attempting to protect what he believes is right, and quite simply has a severe ideological clash with Miles in this regard. You do not sense a stereotypical power-thirsty usurper, but somebody who is afraid that Miles's decision will steer them down the wrong path, and that he seems to have respect for Miles, but this movement leads him to react with what he views as a necessary. It's him doing what he thinks is the right thing to do.
Okay. I'll stop concentrating when I realize that the shenanigans aren't shenanigans. That way I can actually speak freely.
Because you are reading into him. Make a religion. Do you have knowledge religion? You can make that if you have it.
If I don't have knowledge religion, there's something wrong with this character severely. 32.
You're reading his thoughts. He is responding and thinking. One of the things he speaks a lot about, like in his reasoning for things, he speaks about honor, challenge, battle, faith. He speaks about the weight of his sword. You pick up a lot of tenets to Iomade from his internal thought process. This man might be some sort of follower of Iomade.
And do I get that his issue is just the freeing of the giant in general, or putting Miles?
His issue you get is welcoming giants into their fold as allies against whatever. he didn't really know before why, but he just doesn't believe that he's racist against giants. To put it quite simply, he's a black arrow. Their whole lifetime, their whole mission is to protect the lowlands against giant kin. And adding one into their group is just, it's contrary to what everything they do.
I'll step up. I get a lot of sense of a good soldier in you, sir. I have not met you, I do not know you. I myself am a devout worshipper of Abadar, ally to many deities. I believe you remind me of people I've met who worship another deity, one who has many allies as well. Are you familiar with Iomedean religion, beliefs, soldiers, by chance?
I am. I'm a strict follower of her tenets. I follow her creed and code.
As I do Abadar. And yet sometimes those creeds clash with one another directly. Have you noticed this? And it is a challenge?
I have not made it a point to study the tenets of other codes of holy warriors of other faiths.
But of your own. For instance, sometimes the clash of refusing companions in need, or not being able to help a companion in need, conflicts with other things you believe or hold dear. And sometimes this is a challenge, a learning experience that our deities put upon us to grow and become stronger in their light. Perhaps this is a test. Perhaps it's not about races and giants. Perhaps this is looking upon you, giving you a conflict to look at, and make the decision that is the right one. For many have come across this, and some have failed, some have succeeded. But follow your heart, my friend, and do what you think is for the better good. Because sometimes the challenge is there, and sometimes it's not an easy one. You know that Miles has this organization's best interests at heart. He has nearly died multiple times over it, from what I understand, from what I've heard from many people. He's out there trying to make it grow and become stronger. To do what you say, fight the good fight. And if you think that he is throwing that all away for a giant, you should be looking more forward, my friend. I think he is trying to do what he can to save it and to make it grow more stronger. But he can't do it without you. I look at Miles. And I don't think you can do it without him. It's not about that giant, who isn't even going to be here. It's about making this organization grow and become stronger. Filled with strong soldiers, right? Who can fight the good fight and stop the evil from scourging your lands.
He looks at you, Miles. What's your alignment?
Neutral good.
Both of you can roll diplomacy checks. Sephi, you also spoke. You can attempt to aid.
Okay.
Are we in a population of 5,000 or more?
No.
I mean, Steffi auto aids.
Okay. Yeah, it's very small.
I know he's not from Corvosa, so I don't get that.
Oh. He looks at you, Dalibor. Very convincing words, using the tenets of his faith. And he looks at you, Miles, and for a moment he looks into your spirit. You feel him searching your character. You can see his shoulders relax. Found something he liked. You have my assistance, he says.
That is greatly appreciated.
Accepting Tiberius Crane into your assistance puts him as one of your cohort adjacent followers. Tiberius Crane is a 10th level paladin of Iomedae.
Right.
He leads you back out into the courtyard and I'm gonna grab everybody and move them again. And to what was once a smokehouse, but has been makeshift into a giant size jail. You see Chloe. She stands about 15 feet tall. As she stands, she has to stoop inside of this building.
Teleport needs an enlarged person. I mean,
Unleashing her and freeing her as she walks, as she squeezes through the door, Dalibor, even with an enlarged person, you would still be the size of a toddler to her.
like a polymorph somewhere here, I think. I have to plan the.
Right.
Thank you, she says, looking to you, Miles. And well met to all of you. I am Winsong Closengriff, but you can call me Chloe.
Well met, Chloe. I bow.
She returns the gesture. And you all are able to get Chloe's things back, because I think you left her with her gear when she left Shalast, and you were able to bring her back to Corvosa. I won't make you manage through the mechanics of that. In all, Fort Rannick, which I'll post more details of it. It is a 4-floor keep. It's currently staffed with about 35 guards. So it's understaffed. But these are soldiers that are trained in fighting giant folk and are equipped with giant folk fighting equipment, such as Tanglefoot bags and Sarisa that can negate the giant's reach, and may be valuable in the battles to come.
Did you also want to bring some people back to help train
Yes.
soldiers? Corrosive?
So this will mark the end of the 3-game time skip. Other thing, we may have a game that will be in the day leading up to the ball, and then the game after that will be the exhibition. But other things, unless we cut into the next day, I'm going to do hand waves on. So like the diplomacy with other city states, you're able to go to Yanderhof and speak to them. And is some training montage with the troops that we can also hand wave, or we can play them if you want to cut into the events of the next game instead. But that's where we will leave off this game for next time.
Awesome.
I'll move us so that people can move their screens again.
Yeah. Oof. Don't remember Fort Rannick being that goofy before, but
Yeah, but we weren't streaming,
no, we weren't streaming.
so I think that's a lot
I
of
think
it.
that was a long time ago too. So
Oh, we might have
roll
been in
20 updates.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, let me see where we can go, who we can see, who is out there. You know what? We're going to move. We're going to go visit a friend of ours, a friend of many of ours. We're going to raid on out. If you like D&D, if you like tabletop role-playing, if you like art, we're going to go and raid out to our friend Tom, the Midwest miniature guy. He is currently painting a giant, looks like is it a dragon? I can't tell. Working on Kira and the Lava Wraith. A dragon. Dragon. It's Kyra and Lava Wraith from Reaper Miniatures, it looks like, is what he's got, and he's it was a competition piece for Con of the North, so we're gonna go out there and do that. Thank you for the gifted sub, or for the sub. Bid you farewell, and thank you for being in here and chatting during the stream, everybody, including Bid you, who had some funny comments. Those of you in chat, or those of you in the stream, might have seen he had some. He didn't want to put his finger on it. He wanted to put his thumb on it. I don't know. I laughed. I thought it was funny. I tried not to laugh too loud to interrupt this thing. So thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate you all coming in, lurking, hanging out, enjoying the stream, enjoying the story. We will be back with that. With this and other role playing every Wednesday. So please stick around for the raid. Get your channel points, because you're going to need them down the road. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you to Andrew for running. Thank you everybody for being part of this game. You guys are awesome players. Love having you guys on here. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Good night, and we will see you down the road. Bye, everyone.
Troll in the twilight, quest begins at night. City trapped in chaos, crimson thrones lost light. Whispered spells and shadows, rune lord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Corvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the rune lord's way. In the dark we stand, Corvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrant's throne is trembling, echoes of the past. Runes of wrath are crumbling, victory at last. Echo chants of glory, legends carved in stone. Claimers of the story, city now our own. Whispered spells and shadows, rune lord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Corvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the rune lord's way. In the dark we stand, Corvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrant's throne is trembling, echoes of the past. Runes of wrath are crumbling, victory at last. Echo chants of glory, legends carved in stone. Claimers of the story, city now our own.